What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Hope everybody's doing well. Wanted to come on here today for a few minutes and talk to you guys about, just what's been going on in silver over the past week and over the Thanksgiving holiday. It's, as we all know, silver has reached to over $58 an ounce. And I wanted to make a video and just explain a little something that silver's kind of worrying me a little bit. And not just for myself, I'm not really worried about it because either way, no matter what silver does, I'm going to continue to buy. I'm going to continue to stack, right? I have goals and I have set those goals for me and my family. And I'm not going to, stray away from those goals just because silver's moonshotting right now, right? My worry is going to be more for the new stacker because they're going to see, and I can almost guarantee this is going to happen. And sorry for my thumb, guys. I kind of cut it yesterday on the golf course. Anyway, my worry is for the new stacker, right? Because they're going to see what the silver and gold price has done over this past, they're probably not even going to look at it over the past year, right? They're not even going to look at it over the past year. They're going to see it from, the past couple of months. But silver and gold have damn near doubled just this year. Silver and gold has outperformed crypto. It has outperformed the S&P 500. When an asset class does that, it's inevitably going to happen that it's going to bring new people into the hobby, right? Which is a good thing. It's a fantastic thing. But what worries me is, it's going to bring in all these new stackers and they're going to jump in and they're going to buy. With my experience in markets, if they come in for the wrong reasons, right? If they come in for the wrong reasons, and with how fast silver has been moving up here lately, it's due for a pretty good correction, in my opinion, right? If something moves up this fast, it's inevitable that it's going to correct eventually. And again, my worry is going to be that these new stackers are going to come flushing in and flushing in into the hobby, and they're going to witness a dramatic drop in the price of silver. And it's going to spook them, and they're going to sell, and they'll never come back to the hobby because silver dumped as soon as they bought, right? That's our worst fear. That's everybody's worst fear when they first get into a new asset class is, well, as soon as I buy, the price is going to drop 10, 20%, right? So my biggest worry and why I make these videos is to get stackers into the precious metal, into gold and silver for the right reasons. And if they come into this hobby for the wrong reasons at this time, they could very easily get a bad taste in their mouth, just have a very bad experience, and then they'll never want to come back. So, that's kind of why I'm making this video, is I hope this gets to some newer people that have, just started silver and gold stacking. If you are one of those people, please leave a comment down below and let me know, and I'll be glad, just let me know when you started and if you need any help with anything, and I'll be glad to help you. And if you are new and you do witness a drop, just hold strong and just make sure you're in the stacking community and started stacking gold and silver for the right reasons, right? The stacker mindset, at least my stacker mindset, is very, very long term, right? I didn't get into gold and silver for a quick buck. I didn't get into it to sell it next year, next week, next month. I got it for a store of wealth for me and my family and my kids for when they have kids, right? That's what gold and silver is for. It's a physical asset you can hold. Nobody can take it from you. When the market dumps, you don't see numbers on a screen falling and falling and falling. You still hold this asset until you decide to sell it. Very easy when you're new at something, especially in a new investment, vehicle, if you will. As soon as you get into something, you don't have much of it. If you get a big dump that happens, it can really spook a lot of people out. And I've seen it happen when I was newly invested into crypto. I've seen it shake a lot of people out. In the first cycle of crypto I was in, Bitcoin topped at like 64,000 or 62,000, then it fell all the way back down to the teens, and it really, really, really hurt a lot of people. And that's, even though silver and gold hopefully ain't going to have a drop like that, don't take a drop like that to scare some people out, right? So that's really my biggest thing and reason for making this video is, just be careful out there, guys. If you're in silver and gold stacking for the wrong reasons, you know, try to reevaluate your reasons and see why you got into this hobby in the first place, right? Do you just like shiny things and you're trying to flip it for a quick buck or whatever? Then I would try to reassess that. There's way many different other asset classes you could jump into and, be safer in, make a quick buck, like the stock market, right? It's a lot more liquid at times. You don't have to go sell these at a coin shop or a secondary market. You can dump them instantly on the internet. With silver and gold, it's it's liquid, don't get me wrong, but it's more of a buy, hold, and stack kind of deal, right? Like I said, generational wealth. If you do buy this and you hold it for the right reasons, you can build generational wealth for you and your family. So, just guys, it just worries me to death. I've seen it happen to a lot of people, and I just don't want it happening to anybody out here in this community. So, if you are new here, again, leave a like and leave a comment down below and let me know. And, we'll get through it. We'll all get through it together. That's what we are here on YouTube for. The silver and gold stacking community here on YouTube is incredible. And, anything you need, you can always reach out to any of the channels, not just mine. Any of the channels out here will be glad to help you. But moving on past that, I kind of want to talk about, just ramble a little bit on kind of what I've been focusing on buying shit. And with silver right now, I'm going to have to start buying these things. We're going to have to start stacking the frac with silver. Where silver keeps going up, this is about going to be all I can afford. So I'm glad I got these little barter bars. You can kind of bust these out and put little gram or 1/10 little pieces of silver in here. And I call these my little barter bars. But with how expensive silver's gotten here lately, guys, Jesus, we're going to be stacking fractional silver. We're not going to be able to afford, the nice American Silver Eagle. And I did, for just for shits and giggles earlier, I called around to a couple of coin shops just to see, what I could sell one of these for, or what they were buying rounds, generic rounds, and then what they were buying eagles for. And I was a bit surprised. Not so much because shops, they are in it for having to flip stuff. They're in it for the quick flips and stuff like that, because coin shops aren't stackers. And I think a lot of people forget about that coin shops are in this to make money. So they have to, protect themselves with their inventory and what they pay and what they sell for. But anyway, I called a couple shops and they were paying for generic rounds. They were paying $4 back a spot. And this was just one shop, right? I didn't call around. I didn't, do like Silver Seeker does and goes real into detail about it. I just called around to one shop and they were paying $4 back on generic, and they were paying $1.50 back on eagles, which is a pretty big spread. The price moving up as dramatically as it has, it's still pretty decent. And I have noticed also the buying and selling on eBay has started to slow down quite a bit as well. People are just timid, right? People that have been in this market for a while are, kind of hip to it. And they know when markets rise this fast, there can be a dramatic pullback in due time, right? In due time. So the buying has slowed down a little bit. I have started to notice a little bit more selling, but I thought that was interesting that the coin shops are paying almost $5 back a spot on generic bullion, and $1.50 still back on eagles, which is pretty good. Pretty good. And you can get more of that if you sell on the secondary market, if you have the time to do that. But if you're trying to dump it in a hurry, you're definitely not going to get the best deal. But anyway, guys, that about wraps it up for this video. I just wanted to come on here and share my concerns because, yes, while we're all on here celebrating silver at all-time highs and busting through historic levels, there are new people coming into this, hobby, and I worry about them. I really do worry about them because, again, you guys have heard my piece, and when new people do come into this hobby, I want them to stick and stay because it really can be life-changing if you do it the right way. And I just don't want to see them get, scared out or fudded it out by, just the market manipulators and stuff like that. Because inevitably, we all know where silver's going. We all think silver's undervalued. I think silver could be in the hundreds of dollars in the next couple of years, and I just don't want to see somebody get screwed out just because of a 5-10% pullback right when they get in. So anyway, guys, I'm gonna wrap this video up. I appreciate y'all's support so far. We are almost at 500 subscribers. At that 500 subscriber mark, we will be doing a giveaway, and I can't wait for it. Excited to get there. So y'all hit the like, hit the subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.